right, good afternoon. We're back finally. We have been flooded in for 4 days. We're in north central Kentucky, and we've had rain for 4 days solid. And where we live up on this hill, but the road coming in, there's two directions to come in or get out, and both of them's been flooded. It's finally down enough we have to go through the water to get out, but we've been flooded in for 4 days until now. So I haven't been able to check the bees. That's the very first days the sun's been out. Today is Monday. Don't remember what the date is, but we're going to check these hives. I know they need to be split. I went ahead and split four of them that was heavy before the rain started, getting ready for it. And I know I've looked at a couple that had 5 frames of bees, and those cat brood that they had is already hatched out. So I'm going to show you how I split them or get them ready to split. We're going to get them ready to split today. I've only got about an hour, a little less than an hour now. So I'm going to get them ready to split and show you how to do that, or how I do it, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned. All right, I don't use queen excluders very often. This is one of the only times I ever really use them. I use them on different occasions, but this is when I'm splitting a hive. You hear people say leave the queen and take the queen. I always leave the queen. This is my production hive, my production spot. I'm gonna have 2 boxes full of bees here. I'm gonna take half without the queen, and no matter how good you are at spotting queens, as full as they get, I'll never be able to spot this queen every single time. And I've took nukes before and took the queen, and you can put them back, but you don't always have time. So we're gonna start shaking bees down below, put all the bees in the bottom box. So if I find her, I can stop. But if I don't find her, I'll shake them all down to the bottom, and then put a queen excluder on, and then let them come back up to the top. And they will go through a queen excluder easy to get to the brood. It only takes them a couple hours, but got stuff going on this afternoon, so we'll probably leave them till tomorrow. A few I get done and a little bit of time I got. So that's what we're doing. We'll go ahead and get into this one. I always use 2 empty boxes. Let's see. To have a place to set everything. They are bringing in all kinds of dandelion, dead nettle, all kinds of stuff's blooming right now. So they're really busy. They've been cooped up just like I have for the last 4 days with this dang rain. That's my ant pal. Ants are more just a nuisance than anything else. Don't really bother the bees too much. Bother me quite a bit. Get off me. Yeah, this ain't quite as heavy as I thought it would be. I might be able to leave this one. We're close enough to April 15th is the date I try to have the bottom full and the top with drawn comb. So we're close enough to that now. I've been cooped up so long I ain't liking being messed with. There you go. How you like me now? All right, we got a bunch of nectar and some bee bread there. Cedar smoke smells good, but it'll still choke you. That's a frame full of nectar. This side ain't so full. The other side's really full. The bottom looking down through here is completely full. Another frame in nectar. The next one's got a full frame of cat brood. Completely full frame. Still trying to decide if I'm going to split these, and I think I am. So I'm going to set this one off. And then shake them all down. Down in there. Always check the drone brood in between the frames for mites. I see none. Purple-eyed drones, but I got drones. I had drones walking around last week, so I'm not worried about them making a queen at all. All right, we're just using this for shaker bucks. All those frames we pulled before were nectar and pollen. I don't think the queen would have been on there, but well, if we get to them, we'll shake them. There's, let me make sure what y'all see. Good frame of brood. You can see all the drones on there. It's really good on that side. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and shake these down in there so we don't get them mixed up. Put them all in one box. We don't have to worry about the queen walking around on a frame we've already took out. Take this one out now. This frame was coming apart. Stuck there at the bottom. So that's those empty frames are eventually going to be our split. They're going to have all the brood, cat brood, eggs, larvae, brood in all stages. And I'll leave them in a full box and come tomorrow and take them to the other yard so I can keep all the foragers. If I didn't, all the foragers would return to this original location if I left them in this yard. There's drones everywhere. I don't know what people's talking about not having drones. I've had them for a week here at this yard, and I've had them for 2 weeks at the other yard. I'd like to see that queen. I don't see it. If you can see that, there's drones all over it. Bunch of drones. So these are more than ready to be split. I see a lot of people putting supers on a hive, and I guess it's all right. But if I put a super on this hive, it's going back to pollen there. If I put a super on this hive, they would put some honey up in it, and then they would swarm. So I'm going to go ahead and split them, let them fill up another box. And they'll have an empty deep of drone comb on top of here. Let them fill that up, and they'll be ready for the honey flow into this month and 1st of May. And I'm still pushing it and crowding them by doing that. That frame's really bowed in. a lot. But they're making it work. Alright, this is the last frame in the box. I don't expect to see around here. Again, just a ton of drones everywhere. Take a frame out so I can get these down in there good. These bowed out frames, they won't go down beside each other smoothly, so I gotta make a little extra room and slide them back together. Alright, so we're good. We'll shake these down in here. Got those down in, now we're gonna smoke them down. On down there. The queen excluder ready. We've got it to just scrape. They'll have plenty of room. I should have cleaned it a little better, but there'll still be plenty of room for them to come back up. Through the queen excluder and get up here to this brood. And like I said, it don't take them long. Alright, we got those bees down. Got a queen excluder on here. And our box that we just took off, queen is in the bottom. So now all we'll have in the top is nurse bees. And we have got a ton of bees. I don't know if you can see all that or not. We pushed them down. I crowded them in that bottom box. There was no queen cells, so we don't have to worry about swarming yet. They got an opening here at the bottom too. So they'll be going through that. So we got them separated. We got our queen at the bottom, and we'll let them start moving. They'll move back up into that top box that we get on that brood. Top box is pretty tight, so they can't get in. Get into that unless I let them. But this will only stay on here, like I say, till tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll come back and we can pull that top box off with no fear of having our queen in there. And use that for a split. And like I say, we're going to take it to the other yard. Maybe. It might have to last 2 days, but I think it's supposed to be cool tomorrow. But either way, we'll have a box full of nurse bees and bees without a queen in it that we can split off without fear of taking a queen. So that's the way we're doing it. That's what we're going to do to all these hives. I'm going to probably do another one right now and then check the time and see where we're at. But they've got to be split. You got to do something when the hive's that strong. And I don't think my hives are probably any better or any worse than anybody else's. But if you don't want them to swarm, you need to take some bees off of them. They'll fill up that top box. Once I take that off and take it to the other yard tomorrow, they'll fill up an empty drawn comb and have that ready to go and be hatching out in prime time for the flow and be able to make supers of honey. So, you know, if I make that box, that yellow box, I'll eventually separate that into 2 nukes. I'll either leave it as one or make it into 2, but I could have 2 nukes off of that and still get a honey crop off of it. And that's what my goal is every year, to shoot for that. So that's a perfect example of how that should work and how strong that should be at this time of the year in Kentucky for this region of Kentucky. Like I say, we're about 20 miles south of Louisville, and everything is going to go crazy now that the sun's back out and the rain's over. I'll put a video of the flood right here in front of the house at the end of this video, so if you stick around you can watch and see that. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Had to come over and check the mail. Didn't get anything. Must have been too close to the water. Took the 2-star yacht over. It's been a voyage. There's my truck. There's a house up through the trees. Still more water coming down off the hillside. But the water has went down today. Now we're going to take the voyage back across. Get back to the Princess.